the strongest women in weightlifting. It's the plus 87 kilo category, an Olympic category. So much on the line here. We'll explain why as we go through this exceptional lineup. First up, the number 5 in the world from the USA, it's Mary Theisen-Lapen.
Representing Venezuela.
And then just bumped down to 11th in the world, which we think might be safe. We have Narori Perez from Venezuela. From Samoa, the world number 10. It's Liniara Sapaya. Best total of 270 kilos. Then the world number 2, the incredibly talented young lifter, Park Hye-jeong. She's in a ferocious battle with her teammate. Dwangson Chaidi, the next athlete up from Thailand, world silver medalist back in 2021. And the Egyptian world number 8, Halima Abbas. Very strong athlete. From Uzbekistan, a little bit lighter than these other athletes, having bumped up from the 81 kilos over the last few years. Tersnoy Jabarova, she's world number 14, looking to get into that top 10 today. And here she is, the ex-world number 1, the ex-world champion, looking to overtake her teammate Park Hye-jeong. It's Sun Young-hee. And Lisith Iovi from Ecuador, she's the world number 7. She's pretty safe in this top 10. Penultimate athlete from Indonesia, the world number 13. She needs to get back into that top 10. It's Nurul Akmal. And then the final athlete, last and certainly not least, it's the world number 1, the world record holder in everything, the strongest weightlifter ever. It's Li Wenwen. Now, it always feels worth saying, Max, whenever I say something like the strongest weightlifter ever, that is because Tatiana recently lost her world record.
That is true, yes.
There will be people out there thinking, hang on a second, I'm pretty sure I've seen someone lift slightly more than Li Wenwen. You have done, it's just retroactively she no longer sits in the history book. So Li Wenwen is the holder of the heaviest snatch and total of all time. Okay, so looks like Sapaya from Samoa is coming out. We just saw her in the back room with Don Apologe, who just solidified his spot at the Olympics in the 102s. Sapaya sits at number 10 in the world, but remember, once... actually, I just realized we thought that someone had just entered the top 10, but it turns out that they haven't competed enough. So actually, these athletes are in a better spot than we maybe thought. Oh, it's an easy opener. So Sapaya is actually in 9th.
Blew a little kiss to the refs there, or chalk.
So interestingly, Max, in the, I think it was B session, we saw an athlete from Taipei hit a 266 kilo total, which puts her in at number 9 in the world. When she was not ranked, but she hasn't competed enough times during the qualifying period, so she can't go to the Olympics. And it's not that she hasn't competed enough times, it's just she's competed at the wrong events, because she's a junior. She's been competing at Junior Worlds.
That's rough.
And they don't count as Olympic qualifying events, so she's been out competing over and over, but she's one competition shy of being eligible to go to Paris.
That's a shame.
It just seems like they should give juniors a bit of a pass there if they've been competing at other meets.
Or just make the juniors one of those meets that counts. 107 for Akmal. Oh, that's a good opener. Made that pretty easily.
So Akmal is going to do everything she can to beat Santana, who's currently in 11th and not competing here. The reason she wants to get into 11th is because once we remove Solfrid Kwanda, who sits at number 6, even though she's an 87, 11th becomes 10th. So these athletes who are just outside, so someone like Akmal or Jabarova, they're trying to get 11th here. They're trying to hit the 264 total, and that should solidify a spot at the Olympic Games for them.
110 kilograms. Second attempt for her.
Akmal is only 4 kilos off from her best. Jabarova is going to need 6 kilos on her best total to do it.
It's Sapai now, 110.
Oh, we've had another withdrawal.
Yeah,
this time
two
from
gone.
Iovi from Ecuador.
This is going to speed up the warm-ups a lot.
And you know, Max, our best makes in a row at this competition is 10. We've had 10 made lifts in a row. But we often actually see it'd be plus 87s. A lot of consistency.
Oh, that's true, yes.
It tends to be the most impressive session in terms of made lifts, for whatever reason. Okay, Sapai now.
110. Her first was just a little bit out front. She'd have to turn it over better.
Oh, that equals her best, and that didn't look too hard.
Oh, that's a good second attempt. There's that,
that's that kiss.
Signature kiss, chalk, whatever it is. But
that's David Lee TS.
Yes, it is.
We'll see him tomorrow battling it out for his spot.
Next.
And you know, it is a genuine consideration that when you get up to these heavier weight categories, it is harder to keep the bar closer to your center of mass. And so athletes do tend to find that they have to fight with pulling the bar back, and they might have to jump forward, as we just saw there.
Yes. Well, there's a bar path. There's multiple types of bar paths. An interesting observation that I learned not too long ago, but post 1990, we never saw bar paths that the bar actually traveled forward off the floor. But up until after 1990, we start to see this actually quite often.
Yes, very. So before 1990, it didn't
not
go
a
forward?
single lifter had ever, in all of international competition, had ever won with a bar path that traveled forward off the floor.
Wow, that happens so often now.
Post 1990, yes, it happens more often.
Liu Jiajun, Hye-jeong.
Well, there's a couple of theories from a biomechanical standpoint. One would be that the bar moving forward, it increases the distance it's moving, which gives you more time to recruit muscle fibers. So you could potentially rely on more strength. It could also be that athletes are becoming physically stronger.
Yes.
And they're able to utilize that a little bit better because they can, if they allow the bar drift forward, they can capitalize on the strength they have.
It's a little bit more
than
in the
technical,
quads, isn't it? Yeah.
But no one's totally sure.
Yeah.
We've just observed that, but for sure in the supers, the larger athletes definitely, we see that forward bar path off the floor.
2 kilo PR. Oh, is it going to be a press out, or is that okay?
It looks to be good.
I think that might be good. Oh.
One red from the center.
Was that a stare down?
Oh, she gives the old, it paid off to give that little, blow that little kiss there, I think.
I like to see that.
Now representing Venezuela.
Well, she's pretty safe for this Olympic Games, but she could come away with a personal best in the total. Her best is 265, but she's in a better place than she's ever been before.
All right.
Another famous lifter whose bar path moves forward off the floor is Laura Danatoma.
Yeah.
World record holder.
Yeah, and it's probably more indicative of a deviation from maybe classical technical models to something a bit more intuitive.
You tend to, or my observation at least, is you tend to see it with athletes who sit with much deeper hips in the start position.
Yeah. Nice
look
snatch.
at that.
Yeah. Potentially related to maybe athletes training squats a little bit harder than they did pulls.
Yeah.
We saw back in the, I guess, pre-1990 eras.
First attempt, Mary Theisen-Lapen.
So Mary Theisen-Lapen will come out next with 115 kilos. Let's take a quick update from the back room. Mary has just made 110 kilos, as has Duankasorn Chai-di. Oh, Mary's bumped up to 117. So that is going to bring out Duankasorn Chai-di. She is coming out in front of her home country. Park Hye-jeong is at 85, Sun Young-hee is at 75. Li Wenwen, of course, on the barbell. She can time things very nicely. She's going to open up after everyone else is finished. Now, Park and Sun have put in for 122 kilo openers. That battle between the South Koreans will be so special.
Yeah.
It's going to be the fight of this session for sure.
Very nice.
She moves so well.
Yeah, just hits great positions.
Yeah. Her best snatched 126 kilos. I think she did that in 2021.
First attempt.
Okay, Jabarova now.
2022. So Tersnoy Jabarova, she has to lift very well if she wants to go to this Olympic Games. Her best total is 260. She needs 264. Her best snatch is 118.
This is a heavy opener. 3 kilos off her best. Oh, very nice.
Look at that.
Yep.
You know, I was talking before this session about her lifting and how she used to have the slowest pull in the world. I mean, now it's still slow, but not quite like it used to be. And she always has that twist.
Yeah. Yeah, the bar almost slows down, you know, above the knee to a complete stop. It just gets really slow during that transition, but then starts to reaccelerate. Now she does look, like you said, faster than she used to. Akmal now 115. Her best is 116, so this is really close. This would position her for a personal record on her third.
Oh.
She had the height, but she didn't get her head through. She didn't turn that all the way over, and you could see that she had to try and struggle with it there in the bottom.
Yeah, that's her second attempt, just a kilo shy of her best.
115. The automatic increase. Akmal next.
So Akmal has to improve her total if she wants to go to the Olympics. She currently is not going to go unless she hits a bigger total than the one that she's on now.
And Perez moves
She's
up,
gonna
brings the bar back to
retake, so Perez has stolen
Indonesia,
Akmal's clock. Now the supers do not do well with 1 minute rest periods, so we're gonna see what happens. Will she come straight back out, or will she go up as well and try and buy some time? She's coming out for it.
Yeah, you know, it's probably a smart strategy. There's no reason to try and risk it. Every kilo is going to matter here. She can probably make that up in the clean and jerk if she needs to. Well, she will need to. $115. Her first try at this, she just shorted the pull, didn't quite get her head through, didn't turn it over aggressively enough. She's got to just drop the chest and head through on the turnover.
Oh, and I don't believe I've ever seen her miss behind now twice in a row.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a deficit to work through. I mean, she's at 107 now. For her to get into that 264 range is going to be much harder.
Sun Young-hee has moved up to 105 in the back room. Park Hye-jeong just powered 105. Again, their battle is just going to be so wonderful. And Max, you know, we were talking about all the made lifts that we get in this session. Up until that 115, we hadn't seen a miss. We were on 7.
And Titan moves up. The barbell now comes. Kursundoy Jaborova, Uzbekistan, second attempt at 116.
Well, this is going to change. My guess is the next athlete out is going to be Mary Lapen. Yeah, there we are, 117.
First attempt representing the United States of America, Mary
Theisen-Lapen. No.
Oh.
She's bumping up too.
They're bumping again. Wow, that's a big opener.
Well, her best snatch is 120.
Yeah, that's a heavy opener for her. Well, you know, she's in a good spot. She doesn't necessarily need to even lift here, so this is probably a tune-up meet for her.
Yeah, we know that she's going to the Olympic Games now. So Perez comes out now. When we spoke with her, she said that her best snatch this year has been 117 kilos, and here she is now coming out for it on a second attempt. So this is really pushing her limits.
Oh, great lift.
Or is it? Yeah, she's got more.
That was solid.
Will she go for 20 or will she go for 19? We'll see.
118 kilograms, please, loaders.
So Mary, I think, will now come out.
Yeah, this would be heavy. Like you said, just a few kilos from her best internationally.
So she told us that training has been fine. Lots of ups, lots of downs. Just the normal training of a weightlifter. No injuries, fortunately. But today, I think she probably wants to sort of solidify her selection in the Olympic team. You know, she doesn't want to beat someone like Robles by a kilo. She probably wants to put down something pretty big today.
Well, she's starting off 118.
Yeah, well, it's a big opener.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
just got to
there
hope
for
it's
sure.
not too much to have asked for.
She has the strength, but that turnover just wasn't quite perfect. You know, it bounced off a little bit.
It tends to be that way for Mary. And from what I gather from the limited conversations we've had is that I think Mary does suffer from nerves before these big international meets. And once she gets a score on the board, suddenly that competitive instinct really kicks in and she does some amazing things, but she's just got to get on the board.
Yeah, well, that's everybody's struggle, you know. That opening snatch is probably the most nerve-wracking lift you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know, you got to come in, and once it's over, though, it's like a complete, sigh of relief. Or really, I guess, a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Right, yes. That's brilliant.
A more fitting analogy
yes.
for our audience.
Well, fortunately, nobody stole her clock.
Yeah. 118 still on the board for Mary.
She does have 2 minutes to follow herself. We're down at 1 minute 18.
IWF World Cup in Phuket, Thailand. We have one more session today. The men's 109 kilogram Group A, which happens at 7 this evening. Tomorrow is the final day of competition with 3 great sessions.
Taking that full minute now. She's got 1 minute left.
Please welcome back Mary Theisen-Lapen, United States. Second attempt, 118.
Well, you know, if she makes this, she's got a shot at a record, a personal record for her internationally. There it is.
There we go, that's the one.
Oh, so easy.
And you know, every time I see Mary make a big lift, my eyes are always diverted because I see Will Fleming jumping about a meter off the ground in celebration.
Well, we've seen some pretty impressive coaching reactions. I think probably the one that stands out for me was Spencer Arnold's mouth, his jaw just dropping to the floor.
Absolutely.
Kate Vibert made that 145.
Well, did you see our video that we released yesterday of Laura Amaro from Brazil? And her coach's reactions were just fantastic as well.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, there's the frog getting fired up for Chaidi's second attempt now at 119. Very athletic athlete. The way that she moves, her positions, her speed into the catch. Very vertical torso in the catch as well. Just all ankle mobility in that bottom position.
Oh,
look at that.
Flawless. What a great lift.
Wow.
Just sticks it.
There's a stacked field. 3 athletes still to open. The 2 South Koreans calling for 122 kilos. Li Wenwen calling for 135. Well, it feels like it's been a while, Max, since you've really seen Li Wenwen push it.
Yeah, that's true.
I would love, you know, it's possible that despite her dominance, that maybe because of her injury, it's been made known within the Chinese team that she needs to not just win, but really dominate. She needs to show that she can come out and hit her opening attempts and win everything. Which she will be able to do if she does come out with this 135, 175, that will win.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked about this so many times, though, with the Chinese team. It's really not a matter of who's going to win by a little bit. It's who's going to win by the most. Right. That's who they want. Sure bet.
Yeah, who's going to win with the fewest attempts? Okay, personal best attempt here for Jabarova. Oh, it's
very nice.
Perfect. She is such a good lifter, and today could be the day. Could be the day that she does it, and she has an attempt in hand.
That was solid. If I've ever seen a good snatch, I mean, that is it. Watch this right here. Just right to the bottom. Perfect lockout. Little twist, but doesn't pose any issues. Perez now with 119. This will be big. She's made her last two, 14 and 17.
I believe that today is the day that athletes like Jabarova can break their fast. So I think the last month she's actually been training at night and eating at night, and then today, the day of competition,
gets to eat.
Yeah, which has probably helped her.
Oh, very nice.
The perfectly chosen weight.
Snuck under that just barely. You could see locking out at the absolute last moment.
Well, I had this suspicion after a second attempt. I thought 120, I just worry that's too much, but 19 would be perfect. And that's what she went for.
Beautiful.
So Perez is 10th in the world, which is safe. She's looking to get a big personal best. But it's Jabarova who's chasing. From 13th to 11th is where she needs to go. Nurul Akmal in a similar situation. She's snatched poorly, though. She does have a big clean and jerk, but I don't know if she's going to be able to do it.
Representing the United States, Mary Theisen-Lapen.
You know,
next.
Nurul Akmal is 9 kilos under best snatch, so we might be asking too much of her to get up into that top 10.
121, third attempt. Next.
So is that Jabarova coming out again?
Yeah, she's going to come out for 121. Just a 2 kilo jump. That's probably a good call. Yeah.
In the back room, Young-hee made 118 kilos and is now waiting for her opening attempt. Park Hye-jeong has loaded 120. She'll hit that before she comes out. She's bumped her opener up by a kilo to 123. Li Wenwen is at 105. And here is the third and final attempt for Tersnoy Jabarova. If she makes this, it's a 3 kilo personal best. She spent most of her career as an 87.
Oh, so close.
Tremendous effort.
You know, the only thing wrong there was the twisting. I think that little bit of twisting. Obviously,
she lost it on the one side.
Yeah, just kind of rolled behind too much.
So she needs to clean and jerk 145 kilos to get into that top 10. Her personal best is 142. It won't be easy, but she's looking good. She's equal to the heaviest she's been. She's around a 101 right now, so she's still pretty small for the super heavyweight category. Okay, exciting opening attempt now for Young-hee, the 2021 world champion, just 5 kilos shy of her international best. She has to out-total Park Hye-jeong today. She needs 296 if she wants to return to the Olympic Games. She went in Rio 2016.
Oh, very solid. That is strong.
This South Korean battle is going to heat right up. I think we're going to come straight back out for... Oh, no, we've got a couple of other third attempts at 122.
No, Lapen here now taking 122. Yeah. That'd be a personal record for her.
Yeah. We've got Lapen and Chai-di at 122. You know, Mary really has the clean and jerk as her weapon.
Yes.
If she can be up there in the snatches, you know, if she can be at that over 120 mark for sure, then she's dangerous for anyone else, because she can put in a big 160 plus clean and jerk.
Yeah, with a 122 over 160 starts to really become a big total.
I mean, she holds the American record at 163. It's not there.
Great pull, but just didn't have that on the turnover.
No. Yeah, it just crashes on her a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost pulls it so high that that bar falls just a little bit more than expected.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it just loses a bit of tension or attachment to the bar almost as she pulls under. But she's at 118. Yeah, so with a big clean and jerk, she can still do some damage here.
Well, Chidi now, 122 for her third.
Yeah. Probably not going to be enough for a medal. We still have 3 athletes with 20 attempts left.
Yeah, this is actually a little bit off her best.
Yeah, she's not quite been in that tip-top shape since, well, since Colombia, really. Colombia 22 and Uzbekistan 21. That's when she was really peaked. But she's looking good so far.
Oh, what a
that
save.
Is so perfect.
Oh, wow.
Simply incredible save.
She caught that leaning back just a little bit and was able to hold it and stabilize. That is brilliant.
We've not seen a save like that at this competition. We've seen some interesting ones, but that was...
oh, that's fantastic.
That's a new category of save there. Yeah, she was still coming back under it. She hadn't even got... She hadn't even gotten back to the bar and moved in front. But she put just enough upward tension, upward force into the bar that it stopped it, and then she just got herself back through.
Yeah, such a great lift.
Okay, so the world number 2, Park Hye-jeong, the absolutely incredible talent, young talent out of South Korea. She has to fend off Sun Young-hee's attacks today at her 295 record. She is the reigning world champion.
Very nice. That's an easy opener. She's in good shape right now.
124, please. Second attempt.
I mean, her best is 128.
2 minutes.
And we received word actually from the South Korean team that she's eyeing up 300.
Yeah, we can see that for sure today.
You know, when was the last time? Well, I mean, back in 2019 we had a big battle between North Korea, South Korea, North Korea, China, and Russia, and they were all over 300. Since then, it's only Li Wenwen who's been able to do it.
Yeah, that 300 barrier is just such a monumental feat for any of these athletes.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest total from any non-super is 284. So pushing to over 300 is, it's a big rise in performance. Okay, Sun Young-hee jumps 5 kilos to her personal best. Well, she has to. Because if she can do this, we know that she can then put together the lifts that will give her, that position ahead of Park. We've been told that they're both in the best shape of their lives. And you can see it. That's fine.
To be the case.
No, that was shoulder movement.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't it? That was shoulders. That was...
No jury stop, nothing. That's just going to be giving her 3 reds.
They're going to play it. They're going to play it. They played it.
Both arms unlocked.
Yeah,
I think both elbows unlocked. You can watch.
The problem with Sun is that this happens to her, and when she's at an Asian Championships, they never call her for this.
Yeah.
And then you come to a World Cup, and they call it. I mean, that is... Why can't they just give her this lift? So for those wondering who don't understand the press-out rule, you can see that when she catches the bar, her elbows then you know, bend ever so slightly and then straighten. That's not supposed to happen.
It's so subtle as well.
It's an ancient
I mean, they're
relic of
zooming
time
in
goes
now
by.
to see.
Yeah. Oh, let it go.
Oh, it's
Come on.
so borderline. You know, all three refs gave it reds, but I feel like, let's see.
Yeah, it's another
Confirmed. You know, every session there's almost a calibration, it feels like, of the referees judging. The jury, the refs go back and forth a bit. There's some, you know, questioning going on, what's happening, and then they kind of settle on the standard for the session. It makes this competition a bit frustrating because each session may be different standards. But
So
that's a no lift. Either
Park
way.
now is going to take the 127. Park wants to come out for 128, but she can't because it's Sun Young-hee's turn.
27 stays on the bar, yeah.
No, Park's gone up.
She's gone to 28.
Sorry, Sun's gone to 28 as well.
You know, I wonder, I think she did that for rest. She needed the rest.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what Park can do. Oh, Sun Young-hee has to get that 128.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, it's just going to be...
It'd be too much to make up in the
She'd
clean
need
and jerk.
174. I mean, that just... Surely she can't do that. But if she can get a big snatch in... You can hear Li Wenwen in the back room.
Oh, yeah, she's
yelling.
Makes her presence known.
Oh, yeah. She's just so dominant. She's just too good.
Park with 128. Oh, it's good. Oh, she is making very hard work for Sun Young-hee.
She's going to go for the 130.
Yeah.
So Li Wenwen in the back room has, interesting, she missed 125, then she made 130. Of course, she made 143 in the training hall. Okay, this is, yeah, I have to be honest, I feel quite nervous watching this because I have so much love for Sun Young-hee and her career. She's been incredible to watch. And if she doesn't hit this, it just seems like she's not going to be able to make the total required to get to the Olympics.
Yes.
If she does, you know, a decade into her international career and she hits a personal best snatch, it's like, what an incredible moment for her.
Yeah, I mean, so much, everything riding on this lift. Oh, that's so
devastating.
Painful to watch.
And she smiles it off. You know, she almost tried to nudge her back up with her head.
I mean, it's a bit comical. You know, she's laughing about it, but
see how
that
strong
is
she is to have let that come down so slowly.
Unfortunate.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
She's laughing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
So 130 for Park Hye-jeong. Wow.
Really got her head into that lift, but 130 now for Park.
Third attempt. The only athlete in the field, bar Li Wenwen, who can do this. Well, we'll find out. Can she do this? 2 kilo personal best attempt coming up.
Oh, very nice.
And that's surely the nail in the coffin of Sun Young-hee, who is now 8 kilos shy of Park Hye-jeong. What a performance for the youngster. 3 for 3. One of 4 athletes already. And Max, we spoke about how consistent this category is. We've barely had any misses.
No, this has been an incredible
7
session.
misses.
Wow. Yeah, this has been a very tight battle all around.
Yeah, out of 24 attempts so far. Unbelievable.
All right, here's Li Wenwen's opening lift.
The last time we saw her compete was at the World Championship. She came out with 130 kilos. She missed it. She came back out for 130 kilos, and she dislocated her elbow. We haven't seen her compete since. She now comes out with 133. She has to perform well. If she does, she'll be on the Olympic team, and she will once again almost certainly become Olympic champion.
Oh, it's easy.
It is easy.
A little bit
man.
of a settling down, though.
Yeah.
She didn't position it perfectly, but it wasn't that hard.
She takes her time there, just momentarily, just a brief pause on the platform.
Well, it's very impressive to see her back this soon. I mean, she had a pretty severe elbow injury, and you know it can be challenging for an athlete to build up the confidence to go under big weights again. You know, and so she's done a great job of that. The fact that she's trying, you know, not even that many kilos below what she injured herself on.
And what do we think? I mean, 138, 143?
I could see that, yeah. I think 143 is the target for them today, being that that's what she did in the training hall. There's really no benefit to her going any more than that. I mean, she could probably end on that 33 and be fine.
You can see her coach there, probably the most detail-oriented coach I've ever seen in weightlifting. I've seen him just spend hours forcing his athletes to lift. I mean, even yesterday, when Liang Xiaomei didn't lift well, he had her on the platform with an empty barbell after the session, drilling snatch technique, 15 kilos, just the sequencing of how you turn over a bar better. I've seen him do it with Hye-jeong, I've seen him do it with Zhang Huihua, and even now with Li Wenwen. Despite her surplus of strength, he wants her to be perfect. So 138, that's what we thought, and that is what we're going to... Okay, 140 now. So the world record, her world record is 148. I feel like when you start at 133, you can't make a 16-kilo jump to 149.
No, that would be big.
Unless she goes for 141 now, but I mean, that just, seems too much.
That seems like it would be a bad idea.
See, there we go.
He's doing a flawless version of every coach's favorite thing to do is demonstrate the lift without a barbell in hand.
His movement is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone could do exactly what he's demonstrating, they would be unstoppable.
He's perfect. Okay, so Li Wenwen now coming out for 140 kilos. She last snatched this at the Asian Championships in Jinju last May. So it's been, almost a year now since we saw this sort of lift from her. And her body weight hasn't fluctuated by more than not even 2 kilos in 5 years.
That's consistent.
In competition. Between 148.8 and 150.8. She's not got long on the clock. 15 seconds. 140 kilos. To give her a 10-kilo lead.
Oh, better than the first.
And she does have that little horizontal movement in the catch, but she's just strong enough to stop it from moving anywhere. When you get someone who's that strong, who also moves that good.
Well, I mean, that's what makes her the best in the world. Great technician, incredibly strong, good competitor as well.
Now, part of me wonders, will she decline?
Oh, I could easily see that happening, declining the attempt here, the third, but I mean, she could also take something.
She could go for 145. Or
yeah. Well, he's putting something down. The coach there writing a third attempt in.
Okay, 143, that makes sense. It's what we saw from her in the training hall. Maybe she just wanted to feel it out before competition.
Yeah, he's declaring 43. You can see he's ready to change it. So I'm going to say 145 makes sense.
Maybe we'll just go 149.
They could go 4-5.
Yeah.
Force the change of equipment. They're going to have to take the collars off. Put a 2.5 under.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see what we get. Does he stay or does he drop the pen and walk away? There it is. This is the attempt, 145.
Yeah, that will be it.
145, please.
Wow. I mean, she hasn't made this, Max, since 2021.
Yeah, this is a huge
She didn't even make this at the Olympics. She has not made this since qualifying for the last Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And now in qualifying for this one, she makes it again.
You know, I have to wonder if this is a significant lift for her, the coach athlete here. This combo, he wants her to exceed, you know, what she did when she was injured. Really show her that she's capable of, you know, big lifts still.
Oh, well, she's definitely looking to improve her best total during this qualifying period. Of course, her world record total is 335. That might not happen, but... And amazingly, so she's competed 12 times internationally. And she took the silver medal at her first meet. Other than that, she's won everything until she injured herself in Saudi. And then, of course, she was unranked there with that injury. But if ever she's been able to lift, she's won. Other than that World Cup. This is an enormous lift now, 145 kilos, one of the heaviest snatches you will ever see in weightlifting. Wow.
Oh, perfect lift.
And Li Wenwen is back in business. Just give her the Olympic gold medal right now. 3 for 3, 145, over 10% higher than the silver medalist in the snatch.
That is extraordinary.
You don't get 10% leads in weightlifting very often, but when you're Li Wenwen, you just do.
What a phenomenal performance. 3 for 3 in the snatch as well. Look at this, 145.
And it looked just as nice. It almost looks nicer as the weight goes up. Yeah, it almost just puts her in a better position. And
every one of those was better.
It's just stronger and stronger. She even catches a belt on the pull, which I noticed Young-hee doing also, but it just doesn't matter. Wow, okay, so the gold medal in the snatch. Li Wenwen, the Olympic champion, the world record holder and everything, from China, 145. Wow, Max, look at that. I mean, 5 athletes went 3 for 3. We talk about the consistency in this category. The silver medal, 130, Hye-jeong, and just devastation for the bronze medalist, Young-hee, who only made her opening attempt at 122 and has cruelly denied her second attempt at 127. Heaviest opener written in, no surprises. Li Wenwen, 175. Hye-jeong at 160. Young-hee at 162. Sipai has got 155 written in. Mary Theisen-Lapen at 150.
You know, the interesting question here, I think the question on a lot of people's minds is, what is Young-hee going to try in the clean and jerk? I mean, she's so far back in the snatch now, 8 kilos behind, and her clean and jerk isn't that much stronger.
No, it's not. I think it's going to be, it's going to require an enormous personal best, and for an athlete at this level, I just think it's unlikely now. The opportunity is almost certainly past.
138.
Yeah, jab her over, just a few kilos shy of her best. Very slow pull.
Oh no.
She's way up on the toes.
Rocks forward to the toes and just can't recover.
Don't know what happened there. She's going to have to retake that and then just make the jump to 145.
Oh, that's a lot of frustration right there.
What a bizarre miss.
You know, it's one of those just minor things. She just shifted forward and lost balance, and you know, it's not really the kind of thing where you would change much. You just don't do that again.
She is so slow in that pull.
Weightlifting here at the IWF World Cup 2024, the final qualifier for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. This evening at 7 p.m. we'll have the men's 109 at Group A. Tomorrow we'll have the men's plus 109 kilogram category C.
Oh, she's going to follow herself too.
Men's plus 109 category B at 130.
142 would be the next increase, and that's not a good idea. She should just make this and get on the board, then take an assault on that. Yeah. There's Perez just waiting. All right, Jabarova up. She's about. The good thing about that miss, the only good thing, was that she didn't waste a lot of energy trying to recover in the clean.
That's true.
So she shouldn't be too tired for this.
Oh, look at that hitch.
Oh, tough one.
Oh, she's looking faint.
Not in a good spot right now.
You know, I do know that the Uzbek team has been fasting for the last month. They've been training at night, of course, eating at night. You have to wonder if that affects the athletes to some degree. It must do.
100% that does.
And then today is the first day, I believe she's been able to then eat during the day, which just changes things a little bit.
Yeah, everything is different. It's going to feel different. Your blood sugar levels are going to be different when you're lifting. Everything is going to be a little bit off.
Her sleep schedule has changed a lot, going from training at night and being awake at night to, you know.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, what does she do now? Does she just take the 144?
Well, 138 doesn't do anything for her.
Doesn't do anything. She gets extra rest if she goes to 145.
Yeah, if it was any other event, well, she's probably going to come out for this. No, she's going up.
She's going up, yeah. She's put in 142.
Yeah, that's just a placeholder.
She just put in 145.
I imagine they put the 42 in case they need to try and do anything else.
Perez is going to come out for this. She doesn't seem to be moving.
No.
It's like she knows that she's going up again.
Yeah, Perez is probably going to increase by... Yep, she did. A kilo, that's what I expected.
Perez is 10th in the world.
It's a battle right now. I mean, neither one of them wants to be the one to take this. I mean, Perez really just wants to see Jabarova take this attempt. Whatever happens. Well, she's taking 42.
Why is she coming out
this
for
would
it?
do. No, he's telling her to sit down.
Okay, good.
They'll change to the number, but
this will put her at 261 in the total. She needs 264 to go to the Olympics. So she needs 145 kilos. If she gets that, she's in. For now, I mean, it's possible that we see Nurulak-Mal. I think it's unlikely, but Nurulak-Mal could do it. That's the only other athlete who's trying. But Nurulak-Mal is so far behind now after a poor snatch day. So she's sitting there. She's definitely not coming out for 142. You've just got to go for 145, and then somehow she needs to find the legs to get up with it.
She would basically have been in this position.
Oh, she's coming out.
Why?
Oh, what a weird lift.
I mean, it's a lift that does not do anything for her. So why didn't she just take the 138?
Right, exactly. If it's
heavier but doesn't, it's heavier but not heavy enough.
If she makes it and it looks good, they're just going to think, why didn't we go for the 145 and go to the Olympics?
That would be so painful to see.
This equals her best clean and jerk. It is odd.
She was a little forward on the first clean. She fell over at the second clean. She got dizzy on the way up.
Oh, such a slow
That's a better one. She's up with it now.
And she...
Oh, same thing
she's
happened
very
again.
lightheaded.
Just lightheaded. That is a really unfortunate outcome for her. Does not make a total.
It was
Misses all
such a
three
good
cleans.
snatch day. But she can't do it. She can't hold on. So, Tersnor Jabarova out of the Olympics. She will not be going. Only one other athlete in the session could try and crack that top 10, and it's Nurulak-Mal.
Yeah.
But she's going to need something
monumental
enormous as well. I mean, what did she snatch? 107?
Yeah, I mean, she'll have to go so high.
Yeah.
157?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be so big.
Her best is 153. Here's Perez now. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
So
just
athletic.
nails the jerk.
Solid opening attempt.
144 goes on the barbell, please. Naomi Perez, second attempt. She'll have a 2-minute clock at this weight. Akmal.
Park Hye-jeong is on at 85 kilos. Mary Theisen-Lapen's up at 130. Sapaya at 141. Li Wenwen not yet touched the bar.
First attempt. Perez next.
Okay, so from one athlete trying to get into the top 10 to another, it's Noah Akmal. She's dropped her opener. This is going to tell us probably everything we need to know. Depending on how this looks, we can sort of gather whether or not we think she can make 157 kilos on her third attempt. It would be a personal best. So if this isn't the best it's ever looked, it's pretty unlikely for her. Looks good.
Oh, that's not going to be it. She didn't even get her head through in the jerk.
No.
She got one white, but one white, too few.
145, please. Perez, Venezuela, second attempt. She'll have a 1-minute clock. Akmal, next.
145 กิโลกรัมค่ะเรียกนักกีฬาหมายเลข 2 กับประเทศเวเนซุเอลา
Well, what does Akmal do now?
Right.
I mean, she basically made that. Does she bump up and take a shot at the 57? You know, it's a subtle little
I mean, it
press
wasn't
out,
that
too.
bad,
It really
actually.
wasn't. I mean,
Her left elbow maybe a little bit, but it wasn't much.
And Perez moves up.
Akmal is being called as the lifter, but I have a feeling they're going to increase.
Second attempt, 145.
I mean, if she came out and made this, she'd need a 12-kilo jump, which just seems, you know, ridiculous. That's too much.
Yeah, the clean was good, but I don't know if it was 157 good.
Well, let's see what happens. The coach has walked back to the scores table.
I don't think she's coming out for this, no.
She's not making any effort there.
They put 147 in.
Okay, my guess is they're going to try to take something in that 150 range and then go for 57.
So
Perez moves up to bring the barbell back.
Perez has a best total of 265. Her next attempt will give her a personal best total.
กิโลกรัมค่ะนักกีฬาหมายเลข 10 จากประเทศอินโดนีเซียยกเป็นครั้งที่ 2
It will move her up a spot in the rankings, but she's in no danger now anyway. So back to Akmal, 147. I mean, it might just be that they know
It's
you
not
know, we
there.
had to hit 115 in the snatch to make this a reality. We've only ended up at 107, so having missed 2 snatches, we can't even get the 157. We're just not in that shape. You know, it wasn't a convincing opening attempt. That left elbow wasn't fast.
Oh, it crashed on her audibly. Oh, and it goes back too far.
That's a third miss behind.
I don't
now.
see anything close to 157 happening.
No, unfortunately not. And your line there, it crashed on her audibly.
You could
It's
hear
true,
it.
yeah, you could from here, you could hear it.
That's probably the most obvious bar crash we've seen and heard here.
น้ำหนักเหล็กยังอยู่ที่
Just fell right on her.
So
That's tough.
all of these missed lifts have forced a lot of missed timings in the back room. Sapaya was up at 141 kilos, has had to drop back down to 120. Duangson Chaidi has had to drop back down. Mary actually went for 140, cleaned it and missed the jerk, which is a real surprise.
Yeah.
She then took it again and made it.
Oh, good.
So I don't know exactly I don't know what it looked like in the back room, but I mean, that's a surprise.
Yeah, she's usually very solid in the jerk.
Oh,
yeah.
This is going to be a big personal best for her. Wow.
That looks to be good. There might be a bobble, though.
Oh, I just love it when the athletes celebrate before they've even brought their feet together.
It. There it is.
When you just know. So 267, that's bumped her up to 7th in the world.
A solid performance so far.
Third attempt to her, a 2-minute
From 10th to 7th.
Yeah, Perez is really doing well today.
Although really it's 6 because Solfrid isn't at 6. So with Solfrid removed, wow. You know, she's considerably smaller than these other athletes, but she's shown them how it's done today. And she has an attempt remaining. Mary now, Theisen-Lapen from the USA, coming out at 150 kilos.
I have a feeling she might increase from that.
We'll see.
We'll see, though.
A change.
There's,
yeah,
nope,
she is bumping up.
Yeah.
151.
150.
Sapaya, therefore, coming out from Samoa. All these misses meant that she mistimed her warm-ups, had to drop back down, but here she is now coming out at 150. Her best in the clean and jerk is 157. Wow. So fast.
Right to the jerk, too. Oh, that's a solid lift. She gives a little stare down there. I'm not sure if she's...
Well, she's looking at the screen in front, which gives her the lights, rather than turning around to look at it. And it looks like she's staring down the right-hand referee. Maybe she is.
That nice move there, blowing the chalk off her hand.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
You know, these small things can sway what is, you know, somewhat a subjective judge from the judges.
Right. Well, if you don't win the judges over, you're going to win over the audience either way.
Yeah. And yesterday with Kim Soo-hyun, the audience won over the jury.
Yes. Yeah, that was a cliffhanger there for a minute.
So Chai-Di now, opening attempt, 150. This will put her at 272. It doesn't do anything to her best total. She's in at 4th in the world right now with 286.
Oh, easy clean.
Very nice.
Oh, she's got to stabilize. She smiles.
Yeah. So that looked a little bit heavy.
Yes.
And based on the totals, the best totals of these athletes, we kind of assume that the battle at the Olympics for that bronze is likely between her and Emily Campbell, who's not lifting here today. But considering the difficulty of that clean, I wonder if we're maybe looking at more like Emily, Chai-Di, and Mary could be the ones battling it out. Right now,
possible.
Emily is the better of the three on her best day, but we'll have to see if, I mean, it's going to come down to who has a good day in Paris. Nurulak Mal missed 145, missed 147. Has now bumped up 3 kilos to 150. It's a good clean.
It's better than the last.
No.
It's just not there.
She missed 4 lifts behind. She's only made 1 in this competition, unfortunately. So
has not been the best day for her.
No, the two athletes looking to enter the top 10 have bombed out in the clean and jerk. Tersra Jabarova and Nur Akmal.
Venezuela. Theisen-Lapen next.
So 4 athletes still yet to open, and Lapen will probably be the first of them.
First attempt, Heidi next.
In the back room, Li Wenwen made a jump from 85 to 115, so she's still quite a way out from opening attempt of 175. Mary Theisen-Lapen now, the world number 5, coming out.
Big clean there. That was strong.
Very
solid
good.
Jerk too.
She has a. She got 1 red for that.
1 red. That's odd.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there personally.
Yeah, that was a good lift.
She has a very short dip and then a very abrupt stop at the bottom of the dip.
Yeah.
She really uses the oscillation.
Great job using that energy. Watch. The
It's
bottom
a
of the
sudden drop.
That bar just deforms and she launches it up there. That looked to be very good. I don't know what that red was for.
No. Clean, a touch forward. Third attempt now for Perez. This will put her at 270. Massive total.
$151. This would be a 6 for 6 day if she makes it.
Oh.
Tough clean.
Oh.
Just not enough. It slipped a little bit at the bottom and didn't quite get the best drive.
Well, she's a great lifter.
Yeah, I mean, that's as much as you can ask for anyone to do.
Yeah, her speed, her mobility, her position, she's great.
Second attempt, automatic victories. Mary Theisen-Lapen, United States.
Yeah, a very solid day and a hard-fought 5 for 6.
Next.
So we're probably going to see at least 155 now.
Theisen-Lapen moves up.
Yeah, there we go.
On the barbell, please.
Yeah, Mary's moved to 155. We had 3 athletes all asking for 55.
Yep, Sapaya Chaidi and Theisen-Lapen.
I would almost think Lapen's probably going to go at least 56. She'd be out after these 2.
I would have thought so. Gives her a shot in the 60 range.
Yeah.
Now Sapaya looked great on her opening attempt. Very fast pull, very fast stand. It's going to be the turnover, and if she can keep the weight back, not let it get pulled out forwards too much.
Well, we'll just power through it like that.
Wow, okay.
She is so strong.
There we go.
I mean, that bar is all over the place.
Unbelievable.
Jumped forward about a foot, just pushed through, stood right up.
Took
Jerk
a few
was
steps.
forward.
Yeah.
Wow, she is very physically strong.
Oh. Going
Just
for a fight there.
One of the guys there just
hitting Don Opologi.
Don Opologi just showing him
a 220 clean and jerk.
Yeah, he's nothing.
Okay, Duan Kasson now. Chaidi at 155. Opener looked a little heavy compared to where we've seen her in the past. We've seen her over 160 before. Well, we've seen her at 160. We've never seen her make more than that. It's a great pull.
Beautiful lift.
Oh, there we go.
What a solid jerk, too. That was spectacular.
Yeah.
3 snatches, 2 clean and jerks down.
That's a superb lift. She's in the lead with 277. 3 athletes
barbell.
Still yet to come out though.
Representing the United, she wants more weight. 156,
Yep,
please.
156 for
Second
Lapen
attempt.
now.
Representing the United States of America, Mary Theisen-Lapen. Sapphire next.
156 กิโลกรัมค่ะนักกีฬาหมายเลขหนึ่งจากสหรัฐอเมริกายกครั้งที่สองนักกีฬาคนต่อไป
See if Mary comes out for this. That'd be 7 kilos off her best clean and jerk.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be attempting a new personal
Yeah,
best
it's
today.
probably a little bit far back for that.
You know, I do wonder, her opening attempt was the weight that we saw Kate Vibert miss. So her opening on that, is that a statement? I don't know. Perhaps there's nothing really in it, but
yeah, possibly.
Possible.
All right, 156 for Mary.
Oh,
crashed a little.
Yeah.
She's forward. She's up though.
That's a
very
great
good
jerk.
Rock solid on the jerk.
Yeah, 3 white lights. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of disconnect between her and the bar when she's turning over and catching it.
Yeah, it just ends up a little bit forward on her there. She had to step under it to get that balance again.
You know, I was there in with you actually in Las Vegas when
yeah,
she
hurt herself.
dropped the bar on her femurs, on her thigh, and I don't know what it was. It a fracture or a tear?
She hurt
Or
her ankles. I'm not entirely sure.
oh,
but
you're right. It ended up being ankles that were forced into
more of an ankle
too
injury.
much, flexion.
นักกีฬาคนต่อไปหมายเลขสาม
But she's obviously recovered from that. Long recovered from that.
157, please. Third attempt. And Yara Sapphire, Samoa. Third attempt.
157 กิโลกรัมค่ะนักกีฬาหมายเลขสามจากประเทศซามัวยกครั้งที่สามค่ะ
She wants more weight. The barbell comes back to Mary Theisen-Lapen at 157. Automatic increase for her third attempt. Chaidi next.
เปลี่ยนหมายเลขนักกีฬาหมายเลขหนึ่งจากสหรัฐอเมริกา
Young-hee
ยกครั้งที่สาม
ready to go.
นักกีฬาคนต่อไปหมายเลขห้า
She's put in 162 for her opener.
Theisen-Lapen wants more weight. The barbell goes to 158, please. Bongkasong Chaidi, Thailand.
58 for
Third
Chaidi
attempt.
to get a 280 kilo total.
นักกีฬาหมายเลขห้าค่ะจากประเทศไทยโยฮันสอนใจดี
That'll be 6 kilos shy of what she made in Bogota at the World Champs 2022. And what a performance she had there. She was beaten by a kilo by Emily Campbell.
If she's successful with this, she'd be 6 for 6 on the day.
Yeah, there are quite a few athletes here poised to do it. Sapphire could do it as well. 2 kilos shy of her best in front of a home crowd.
Oh, it looks to be a good clean.
So nice. She's not the fastest in the jerk. Oh, but it's perfect for her.
Beautiful positioning. That was a phenomenal lift.
6 for 6. They couldn't have asked for a better day. Chaidi 122, 158.
Oh yeah, that's a great day for her.
280 total.
159, please.
I mean, other than the 3 who haven't opened yet, no one else is going to out-total her. Theisen-Lapen won't do it. Sapphire won't do it.
United States of America. Denali athlete.
It's a good day.
Moves up. Hye-jeong, Republic of Korea, first attempt.
Park now
at
opening at
160
160.
kilograms.
Yeah. Now I'm just looking around to see if we can actually see Emily Campbell sat watching on. I wonder if she's here still or if she just weighed in and left. But she might be watching just to see what happens, just sizing up a competition before she next sees them in Paris.
In Yara Sapphire, Samoa,
Can't
third
see her.
attempt.
เปลี่ยนหมายเลขสามจากประเทศซามัวยกครั้งที่สามค่ะ
All right, it's high now.
หมายเลขแปด
160, 5 kilo jump. Her best is 157. We know she's strong enough for it. The last 2 attempts have just looked brilliant. This is a huge weight. Oh, couldn't quite get under it.
Can't get under that.
ไม่ผ่านค่ะ
A bow and a wave off, 5 for 6 for Sapaya. She'll be happy with that. 112, 155, a 267 total.
161, please, loaders.
It's a 2 kilo personal best in the total. And she goes, well, she stays in
Wow,
9th in the world.
Sun Young-hee is opening at 162.
161?
61, sorry.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Yeah. Well, she
I mean,
came
this
here
is
in the
massive.
shape that she needed to out-total Park Hye-jeong. If she'd been given that second attempt snatch, we'd be thinking that she could do it today.
Yeah. I mean, this has to
tell
be
you what,
just a little bit below her best all time.
Yes. I mean, one of these 2 South Koreans is going to hit 170 today. But Sun Young-hee's best is 169.
Yeah, this is such a big opener.
I mean, can you imagine if she... What does she need? She needs 174.
Oh, that's so big.
Can you imagine?
That's huge.
I mean, she cleaned 169 twice at the Asian Champs 2 months ago.
Well, I mean, the Olympics are on the line.
Yep.
We've seen big attempts before. Let's just see how this goes. Opening at 161. Oh, comfortable clean.
Very
There's
easy.
much more in the tank there.
Just keep an eye on the elbows.
Oh, that jerk is solid. That could be.
It's like a different technique that only she knows about with that
It's
jerk.
just so energetic, so precise too.
She just transfers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like not just her strength, but she then doubles it up by putting it all into the whip of the barbell.
Yeah,
I mean,
watch
look how
the bar
high.
here. Just
She barely gets under that at all.
she dips so quickly, she convinces the bar to do half the work for her on the drive up.
It's almost an arbitrary split of her feet. She doesn't even need to do
Look
it.
at this. Oh,
You know, if you watch her head,
masterful.
it maybe gets 2 inches lower in the catch.
yeah, that's incredible.
Maybe.
You know, the only other lifter I can really think about that was like that was maybe a Kayev.
Right.
He
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
maybe dipped about 2 millimeters.
Yeah.
162, please.
Okay, wow, Lapen going for a big clean and jerk here, 162. Her personal best is 163.
Yeah, a 6 kilo jump.
This is big.
Well, she's thinking that maybe if
This
Sun
could
Young-hee
be-
is forced to go up to
Right.
something massive like 170, this
be a
could be
medal.
a medal if we see misses.
Yeah, it's the right call for
Well, Sun
sure.
Young-hee's put in 171. It's a placeholder probably, but we'll see. This is absolutely enormous.
Oh,
No.
just pulls it.
Yeah, not today. 162 kilos. If you've never pulled it, well, it's a heavy weight.
It is, yes.
It's a very heavy weight. To then convince yourself to get under it? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, there's also nothing on the line.
there's
for
nothing
her
on the
here,
line.
So
Yeah. She's going to the Olympic Games. She's won her slot. She will be in Paris.
166 กิโลกรัมค่ะนักกีฬาหมายเลข
Okay, so now, Max, things start to get extremely interesting because Park
Well-
Hye-jeong's opening attempt
Yeah.
bumps up the total that Sun Young-hee is chasing.
I mean, Park is just at this point just dangling that carrot in front
Yeah.
of Sun Young-hee.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
It's horrible in many ways. She's going to force Sun Young-hee
yeah.
into crazier and crazier attempts. So this will put her at 296. She sits at number 2 in the world with 295. She's some 20 kilos behind Li Wenwen, who looks to extend her lead today.
Easy clean.
Just incredible.
Yep,
Yeah.
and a very comfortable jerk
I
too.
mean,
I mean,
Max,
that's
these-
not a hard lift.
These South Koreans, in their battle to get to the Olympics, have pulled away from the rest of the world, bar China, by a margin now.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like they just know that whoever makes it to the games is going to get the silver medal in the total.
I mean, that lift there forces Sun Young-hee to a 175 clean and jerk.
Yeah.
If she wants to try to...
Yeah. I mean, her best is 169.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that...
She can come back out at 170.
I was just going to say, all Park has to do is a 2-kilo increase.
Yeah.
To just make that untouchable. I mean, she's called for 68 here. This could be the lift.
Well, she wants...
I mean, she doesn't need any
I've
more.
heard that Park wants 300, so maybe she'll go 170.
Yeah.
Although it's Sun Young-hee who looks like she's the one who thinks she's coming out next.
Well, what would Park be jumping to? 172?
More weight, 169, please.
69, yeah.
I think she'll go 70.
The clock will continue when the weight is loaded.
You know, we know that she wants 300. It would be strange for her to go for 299.
Yeah, the extra kilo is not going to make any difference.
She's already forced 175 from Sun Young-hee if she wants to go to the Olympics. This would just, I mean, this would do it.
Yeah, it would
if
be
she makes 170.
Insurmountable lead.
Well, she'd force 179. I mean, we're now approaching world records.
Yeah.
You know, when we start talking about 180, we're talking about 3 or 4 women ever.
She's taking 69.
Hye-jeong, 169.
Yeah, this is just a strategic move to completely put that total out of reach for Sun Young-hee.
Wow, 169. I suppose it's more important, isn't it?
Yeah.
300 is just...
Well, she's got a third. She could take whatever she wants,
Yeah.
break 300. This is a very tactical and very smart move here. 169.
Wow. This puts her 10 kilos ahead of Sun Young-hee's best.
Oh, wow. She misses the clean.
Oh my word, can you imagine if she doesn't make any of these?
This
And
got
Sun Young-hee goes for the 175.
this got very interesting.
Yeah,
It's her third attempt. Phone
and
next.
she's got 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, the question now,
No, she's got to take it.
no, does Sun Young-hee drop down to steal that clock? I mean, that would be the ultimate strategy.
Well, she should.
87kg Group A.
Drop down to 69. She'd become the lifter. When they call her
then go
name,
back
bump
up.
back up to whatever she intends to take, probably 175.
It hasn't happened yet. You'd think if they were going to do it, they'd do it as soon as possible.
No, she's
Oh,
moved.
Park's
She's
got
asked for 171. Well, if Sun Young-hee just goes to 172, she would steal the clock just as well. Although at this point, it's been a little bit of time, so there's plenty of rest. But she's looking a bit tired there. I mean, she did it. She
It's
moved
Li
up.
Wenwen now.
Li Wenwen's coming down to
What in
170.
the world? Li Wenwen opening up with 3 attempts remaining from the rest of the field.
Well, Li Wenwen must have dropped to 170
Yeah, she did, from 75.
a while ago. I mean, you know, in the span of your maybe 30 seconds. Because the other lifters had called for 71, so when
Yeah.
did Li Wenwen put that in?
I don't know. We missed it. We weren't even looking for it. So this will win. This will equal
Yeah,
the
this
best
would be a-
total that she's hit during the entire qualification period.
On
And
her
she's going to do it
opening
on her
clean and
opener. I think we're going to see a 180 today, surely.
Yeah. Points to the elbow.
The elbow, the injury that she suffered in Saudi Arabia. She's got 20 seconds.
That is not a hard clean. And an even easier jerk.
Small,
Yeah, tiny little adjustment there.
yeah,
but
adjustment made. But look, I mean, she just totaled 315. She's 19 kilos ahead of Park Hye-jeong. She's 32 kilos ahead of Sun Young-hee, who's in bronze. She's untouchable.
71, please.
We've said this
A 10
before,
kilo jump from
and
the
I
second
don't know
attempt.
other sports anywhere near as well as I know weightlifting, but I
Representing the
wonder,
Republic of Korea.
is she the most likely gold medal of any Chinese athlete at the Olympic Games across all sports? I mean, she might be.
Potentially, yeah.
There's probably no safer gold than Li Wenwen for Team China. Sun Young-hee 171. It's a 2 kilo personal record. It puts her at 293 kilos in the total.
Oh, racked it and up.
Oh,
just barely behind on the jerk.
she's got to go.
She'll have to go up.
75. She has to go for 175, and this is a dynamic that we've never really seen in other quads or other competitions. Athletes missing big lifts, and then we're saying, well, they've got to go up. They've got no choice, because these athletes are now competing against all previous competitions, as well as the current athletes that are on the platform. So this will seal it. I mean, she might have sealed it already, but this will seal it. There's just no way, if this was made, that Sun Young-hee could catch up. This would force a 180. It just can't happen. But if Park Hye-jeong makes this, then the young South Korean totals over 300 kilos for the first time in her career, and will solidify that ticket to Paris.
Oh, she's up.
It's a good clean. It's taking it out of her a bit. Oh, she can't do it.
Just too heavy. She can't hold it.
She leaves just the door slightly open.
She knows
Sun Young-hee
very well she's exposed to lose that spot to her teammate.
I mean, it would require
a monumental effort out of Sun
a
Young-hee.
6 kilo personal record for Sun Young-hee.
No one wants to be in a spot where their teammate has a potential chance to pass them.
Surely Sun Young-hee bumps up to 175.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else here for her.
175 puts her at 297 kilos in the total. And Max, had she been given that 127 on the second attempt, this could be a different story altogether.
Well, she's coming out for... No, she's not in the... She's in the tunnel. She's waiting. They're probably going to make that final change to 175.
Yeah, they've got to get that change in. Are they not coming out for 175?
This makes no sense.
They're accepting the loss.
Unless
they're I think they're waiting.
They're waiting because there's 20 seconds left.
They just haven't. He's going to go back and change.
Technical issue with the attempt being changed here.
There we go. There's the stop.
177. Please.
Why? What's going on?
77 kilograms.
Why are they going for 177?
Sun Young-hee, Republic of Korea.
What is happening? That's the wrong weight. That's the wrong weight. That's 299 kilos. She needs 297.
What is going on here?
Why would they do that? Why would they even...
That makes no sense. Why 177? They seem to be okay with it. They know they've called that. I mean, this is absolutely a ridiculous attempt. 175 would be enough to put her on the Olympic team. If she misses this lift, she is not going to Paris. She's asked for 2 kilos more than she needs.
We even have Coach Georgi Asanidze crouched down by us, intensely watching this battle.
I haven't seen him look that intent for a very long time. 177.
Oh,
it's just too much.
It is too much. I mean, that was
She looks to almost even be
an 8 kilo personal record attempt. She might have injured herself on that lift, her left leg. But you have to wonder why did she go for 177? I mean, what on earth were they doing?
Thought process with that number.
Republic of China, Li
I feel like we must have missed
It's
something.
a mistake. I mean,
We know the
not
numbers. We have it all in front of us here.
It's objectively the wrong lift, but okay. So now we get to see Li Wenwen coming out at 180 kilos.
This is huge.
This is a big lift. Nobody else in the world can come close to this. And this will put her at 325 kilos. A 29 kilo lead over the world number 2. It just doesn't get any more dominant than that.
Yeah, this is absolutely giant. 180 kilos.
She takes a moment. The strongest woman in weightlifting. She's already won. This is just to show the Chinese coaching staff that there is no doubt that she's the best.
Just smashes the clean.
Oh, that jerk's better than the opening jerk.
Not even a challenge.
And who gave that a red and why? That's what I want to know.
Wow.
Because that was incredible. And now what does she do?
I mean, I don't see why she would even take a third. That's so big. The
world record would be 188 if she wants to.
I mean, it's possible. It's
she
a
could
10
do
kilo
it.
jump from her first to second, 8 from second to third.
2 minutes on the clock.
I mean, do we see a world record clean and jerk 188?
Third attempt for Li Wenwen.
Well, the world record total is 335 kilos. So she would need 190, which is not happening because she did the snatch and the clean jerk world record on the same day.
Yeah, that jerk looks almost even a little hard. You can see the weight shifting to her left arm off of that injured arm. Yeah, she's declined. That makes sense.
So she's done, which is it's a smart move there probably from Li Wenwen. She's done everything that she needed to do in that competition. I mean, she showed everybody that she's the best by an absolute mile.
Yeah.
You know, 29 kilos over Park Hye-jeong. But she also holds back on the third attempt. She shows that she's got more in the tank without risking injury.